Netflix. Oh, Netflix. Our mortal enemies on this show. Of course, I have said several times over the last few years that I have slowly been moving away from streaming services and taking the high seas and Jack Sparrowing. A lot of reasons for this. I won't tread over any super old ground with this, but, essentially the streaming services are great until they become as competitive as they are now. You've got like 10 different services. It's going to cost you $12 a month for each. You might be paying $100 a month to have access to all of the content you want to watch. It's very difficult to log in and track passwords and all these different things, accounts, etc., etc. I have taken to the high seas. I use a Plex server now down here. If you're watching the video, I have a little server that runs Plex, which gets you pretty much anything you want to watch. You run it yourself. It's a bit better, more friendly user interface than any of the streaming services. Anyway, I digress. This is not an advertisement for Plex, as I am a lifetime member. They do not pay me. But I love that. It's so much simpler not using Netflix. And, a lot of these streaming services now are starting to feel the brunt of the competitiveness. Netflix had a monopoly here in Australia for a while. Then we got Stan. Later we got Disney. Now we've got Binge. We've got whatever all the other ones are. Paramount Plus, everything, right? Throw in KO for sports. Netflix is starting to feel the brunt, right? They need to innovate. Admittedly, they have a lot of fantastic original content on Netflix, and I don't dispute that. I mean, I think they have a lot of duds as well, but generally, they've had a few really, really successful shows. And I think they've started to panic, and of course, they did a big PR release, they did a big thing over the last few months where they have said, hey, we're cracking down on password sharing. They're putting in practices to ensure that essentially if you're using someone else's account and not paying, it'll log you out once a month and you'll have to log back in or something like that. Basically, they're stopping people from password sharing on Netflix now, which, in my opinion, is the final nail in the coffin. It's one of the dumbest moves they could possibly have made because it just makes it hard. It makes it more frustrating for people. It does a really bad thing for fan relations. You're taking away a feature. Sorry, not fan relations, consumer relations. You're taking away a feature that consumers use in your service and really like. Like, a lot of people think password sharing is an affordable way to use Netflix between friends. Share it, right? Now they're taking that away. Of course, the internet is in uproar. Netflix is like in a PR crisis. Everyone's pissed off. Everyone's writing about it, talking about it, how bad a decision it is, how stupid it is. And then immediately, or almost immediately, Netflix says that all of that information that they tweeted out, put out in PR releases and etc. was a mistake and wasn't supposed to be shared. And they are not, in fact, getting rid of password sharing on Netflix. I found this so hilarious because it just showed that basically Netflix did do it. I mean, it's all PR bullshit, but Netflix did try to put the message out that they're removing password sharing. Everyone responded overwhelmingly negatively and probably started shopping around for other options. Netflix literally had a PR crisis. I'm sure everyone on the board was like, what the fuck is going on? What is going on? What are we going to do about this? And then someone in that room had to go, why don't we just reverse the decision and tweet out that it was accidentally shared? Why would it have been accidentally shared? Why did they have all that information ready to go if it was accidentally shared? I love this idea that they had a PR crisis because I'm telling you now, it is very easy again to Jack Sparrow. Sorry, nearly got myself there. And I think most people are going to go back to Jack Sparrowing. I was watching a show on Stan the other night and the streaming quality, they say on these streaming services you get 4K quality. You watch it, the quality of the vision of the visual was terrible, and it like flakes around. It like keeps adjusting the quality based on, I guess, your connection. So if you're not on a hardwired connection, maybe it has to go down to 720, but then suddenly it'll go back up, and it'll just be hovering between different fucking qualities, and you're like, well, then maybe I'll just download a 1080p file, so at least I know I'm going to have a consistent quality. or I'll download a 4K. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's getting ridiculous, and people are going to start moving away. People really will just be like, nah, it's not easy anymore. The user interfaces suck. And like, I've already done that, but I'm more, I guess, computer and tech savvy than the average consumer of streaming media. So it's probably easier for me to be asked to do it, as in to be bothered to do it. But yeah.